Welcome to MysteryVerse, where every lesson brings you closer to speaking English with confidence. Have you ever wanted to answer someone in English, but your brain kept translating every single word? You know what you want to say, but by the time you finish translating, the conversation has already moved on. If this happens to you, don't worry. Today, you'll learn one of the biggest secrets fluent English speakers use every day. They don't translate. They think in English. In this lesson, you'll discover simple techniques to train your brain to think naturally in English through stories, conversations, vocabulary, and shadowing practice. So, take a deep breath. Relax. Listez carefully. Repeat after me. And let's continue your English journey together. Story: a small change that made a big difference. Last week, we met Daniel. He wanted to become a confident English speaker. He listened to English every morning. He learned new vocabulary. But one problem remained. Whenever someone spoke to him in English, he translated everything in his head. Bon afternoon. Daniel visited a small coffee shop. The cashier smiled and asked, "Hello, what would you like to order today?" Daniel understood the question, but instead of answering immediately, he started translating. Hold on, like. Posed. He became nervous. The cashier smiled patiently. Finally, Daniel said, "I would like a cup of coffee, please." The cashier replied, "Great choice." Daniel smiled with relief. As he sat down with his coffee, he thought to himself, "I knew the answer. Why did it take me so long? Datevni." He watched an English learning video. The teacher said, "Stop translating. Start thinking with simple English." Those words stayed in Daniel's mind. Daniel's new habit. The next morning, Daniel tried something different. Instead of thinking, "Inaginun," then translating, "I am hungry." He thought directly, "I am hungry." When he looked outside, he didn't think in his native language. Simplice. The weather is sunny. When he drank water. Esse. I'm drinking water. When he walked to work. Etot. I'm walking to work. A fierste. It felt strange. His brain wanted to translate. But after a few days, English thoughts came more naturally. Little by little, he became faster, more confident, and much more relaxed. Vocabulary practice. Translate. Translate means changing words from one language into another. Example: I don't want to translate every sentence. Repet. Translate. Naturally. Naturally means in an easy and normal way. Example: I want to speak English naturally. Repet. Naturally. Relaxed. Relax means calm and comfortable. Example: I feel relaxed when I practice English. Repet. Relaxed. Improve. Improve means to become better. Example: My English improves every day. Repet. Improve. Confidence. Confidence means believing in yourself. Example: Practice gives me confidence. Repet. Confidence. Real-life conversation. Daniel is having lunch with his friend Emma. Listen carefully. Emma. Daniel. How's your day going? Daniel. It's going well, thank you. How about yours? Pretty busy? I've had several meetings today. Daniel. That sounds tiring. Don't forget to take a break. Emma. You're right. What are you doing after work? Daniel. I'm going home to practice my English. Emma. That's great. How do you practice? Daniel. I listen to podcasts. I read simple stories. And I speak aloud every day. Ma! T'adores sa smart plan. Keep going. Daniel. Thank you. I know, small daily practice will help me become fluent. Shadowing practice. Now, it's your turn. Repeat after me. Redis. My day is going well. Buzz. Excellent. I practice English every day. Buzz. Very good. I think in English. Buzz. Wonderful. Small habits create big results. Buzz. Fantastique. Every day I become more confident. Buzz. Amazing. Now repeat all 5 sentences one more time. Slowly. Clearly. And confidently. Listening questions. Let's check your understanding. Question. Where did Daniel go one afternoon? Correct. He went to a coffee shop. Question 2. Why did Daniel answer slowly? Excellent. Because he was translating in his head. Question 3. What new habit did Daniel start? Very good. He started thinking directly in English. Question 4. How does Daniel practice English? That's right. He listens to podcasts, reads simple stories, and speaks aloud every day. Excellent work. English learning tip. Want to stop translating? Start with your daily life. Every time you do something, describe it in simple English. For example, I'm making breakfast. I'm opening the door. I'm washing my hands. I'm reading a book. I'm going to bed. These short sentences train your brain to think directly in English. The more you practice, the less you translate, and the more naturally you speak. End of part 2. Excellent job. Today you learned one of the biggest secrets to speaking. English naturally thinking in English instead of translating every sentence. In part 3, göra mix. Speak with confidence in real-life conversations. And develop the habits that fluent English speakers use every day. Keep listening. Keep practicing. And keep learning with MysteryVerse. Have you ever stayed silent, even though you knew the answer in English? Have you ever worried? What if I make a mistake? What if my pronunciation isn't perfect? Here's the truth. Every confident English speaker was once afraid to speak. The difference is simple. They didn't wait until they were perfect. They started speaking anyway. Today, you're going to learn how to build real confidence through everyday conversations, practical vocabulary, and shadowing practice. Remember, confidence doesn't come before speaking. Confidence comes from speaking. So relax. Listen carefully. Repais à l'eau. And let's continue your journey toward fluent English. Story: Daniel accepts the challenge. A few weeks passed. Daniel continued practicing English every single day. He listened to podcasts while walking. He repeated short conversations aloud. He spoke to himself in English every morning. Little by little, his confidence grew. Then, one Monday morning, his manager called him into the office. "Daniel," she said with a smile, "we have visitors from Australia tomorrow. Would you like to welcome them?" Daniel felt nervous. His heart beat faster. For a moment, he wanted to say no. But then he remembered something. Every day he had practiced. Every mistake had made him stronger. He took a deep breath. Smiled. On say, "Yes, I'd be happy to help." His manager smiled proudly. "I knew you could do it." Daniel walked out of the office feeling excited. He wasn't perfect, but he was ready. Zabigdayi. The next morning, Daniel arrived early. He reviewed a few useful English phrases. He practiced them quietly. Soon, the visitors arrived. One of them smiled warmly. "Hello, you must be Daniel." Daniel smiled confidently. "Yes, premier homme. Welcome to our company. It's a pleasure to meet you." The visitor shook his hand. "My name is Olivia. Thank you for welcoming us." Daniel replied, "I hope you enjoy your visit. If you need anything, please let me know." As they walked through the office, they talked about work, travail, and their favorite foods. Daniel made a few grammar mistakes. Sometimes he paused, but the conversation continued naturally. The visitors understood him perfectly. At the end of the tour, Olivia smiled. "You speak English very well." Daniel laughed. "I'm still learning." Se replier. We're all still learning. Those words stayed with Daniel all day. Vocabulary, practice, visiteur. A visitor is someone who comes to a place for a short time. Exemple. The visitors came from Australia. Repère. Visiteur. Oh. Proud means feeling happy because of an achievement. Exemple. My teacher is proud of my progress. Repère. Continue. Continue means to keep doing something. Exemple. I will continue practicing English. Repère. Continue. Opportunité. An opportunity is a chance to do something. Exemple. This meeting is a great opportunity. Repère. Opportunité. Progress. Progress means getting better over time. Exemple. I can see my English progress. Repère. Progress. Real-life conversation. Daniel is talking with Olivia during lunch. Listen carefully. Olivia. So, Daniel. How long have you been learning English? Daniel. I've been studying English for about 2 years. Olivia. That's impressive. How do you practice? Daniel. I listen to English podcasts every morning. I read short stories. And I speak English every day. Olivia. That's an excellent routine. Consistency is the key. Daniel. Premier agré. I used to be afraid of speaking. Now I know mistakes help me improve. Olivia. X. The more you speak, the more confident you become Daniel. Thank you for your encouragement. It means a lot to me. Shadowing practice. Now, it's your turn. Repeat each sentence clearly. Redis. It's a pleasure to meet you. Buzz. Excellent. I've been learning English every day. Buzz. Very good. Consistency is the key to success. Buzz. Wonderful. Mistakes help me improve. Us. Fantastique. I speak English with confidence. Buzz. Amazing. Now, repeat all 5 sentences one more time. A little louder. A little more confidently. Great job. Listening questions. Let's review today's lesson. Question 1. Who visited Daniel's company? Correct. Visitors from Australia. Question 2. Why was Daniel nervous? Excellent. Because he was going to speak English with international visitors. Question 3. What advice did Olivia give Daniel? Very good. She said consistency is the key and encouraged him to keep speaking. Question 4. What helped Daniel become more confident? That's right. Daily listening, speaking, reading, and accepting mistakes as part of learning. Excellent work. English learning tip. Here's today's challenge. For the next 7 days, introduce yourself in English every day. Say something like, my name is underscore. I live in underscore. I enjoy learning English. My goal is to speak confidently. Repeat it every morning. After 1 week, you'll notice that speaking becomes easier and more natural. End of part 3. Fantastic work! Today you learned that confidence grows through real conversations, not perfection. You discovered that every conversation is an opportunity to improve, and every mistake is a step toward fluency. Exemple. Daily practice leads to success. Repère. Success. Final real-life conversation. After the presentation, one of the clients walks over to Daniel. Listen carefully. Client. Daniel. That was an excellent presentation. Daniel. Thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Client. Your English is very clear. Have you lived abroad? Daniel. Now, you've made it to the final part of this special English lesson. Think about how far you've come. You learned why English learners feel stuck. You discovered how to stop translating. You practiced thinking in English. You built confidence through real conversations. Now, there's only one step left. Turning English into a daily habit. Roman Berti. Fluent English isn't built in one day. It's built en conversation, en sentence, en leçon, and one habit at a time. Today's lesson will help you create a simple routine that keeps your English growing every single day. Take a deep breath. Smile. Believe in yourself. And let's finish strong. Story, Daniel's biggest achievement. 6 months later, Daniel's English had improved more than he ever imagined. He no longer felt afraid to speak. He didn't stop to translate every sentence. Instead, he listened carefully, thought in English, and answered naturally. Bon afternoon. His manager walked over to his desk. Daniel, we have exciting news. Daniel looked up and smiled. What dit? We've chosen you to give a presentation to our international clients next Friday. Daniel felt surprised. Montago. He would have said, I'm not ready. But this time, he smiled confidently. I'd be honored. For the next few days. Daniel prepared carefully. He practiced aloud every evening. He recorded his voice. He listened to his pronunciation. He corrected small mistakes. Most importantly, he practiced with confidence instead of fear. Presentation day. Friday morning arrived. The meeting room was full. People from different countries were waiting. Daniel walked to the front of the room. He took a deep breath. Esmailed. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here today. My name is Daniel. It's a pleasure to welcome you. Everyone smiled. As Daniel continued speaking, he noticed something wonderful. Nobody cared about his small mistakes. Everyone cared about his message. When he finished, the room filled with applause. His manager shook his hand. You did an excellent job. Daniel smiled. Thank you. I couldn't have done it without daily practice. Today, Daniel learned a lesson he would never forget. Practice creates confidence. Confidence creates success. Vocabulary practice. Présentation. A presentation is a talk given to an audience. Exemple. Daniel gave a presentation. Repère. Présentation. Audience. An audience is the group of people listening. Exemple. The audience listened carefully. Repère. Audience. Achievement. An achievement is something you successfully accomplish. Exemple. Speaking English confidently is a great achievement. Repère. Achievement. Prépare. Prepare means to get ready. Exemple. I prepare before every lesson. Repère. Prépare. 6. Success means reaching your goal. I've learned English by practicing every day. Client. Réali. That's impressive. What advice would you give to other English learners? Daniel. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. Listen every day. Speak every day. And never stop learning. Client. That's wonderful advice. Thank you. Daniel. You're very welcome. It was a pleasure meeting you. Final shadowing challenge. Now let's finish with one last shadowing practice. Repeat every sentence with confidence. Ready? I believe in my English. Ose. Excellent. I speak a little better every day. Pause. Very good. Practice creates confidence. Pause. Wonderful. I am becoming a fluent English speaker. Pause. Fantastique. I will never stop learning. Pause. Amazing. Now repeat all 5 sentences again, without looking at the screen, if you can. Excellent work. Final listening questions. Let's review everything. Questionne. What opportunity did Daniel receive? Correct. He was chosen to give a presentation. Questionne. What helped Daniel prepare? Excellent. He practiced every day and recorded his voice. Question 3. What did the client ask Daniel? Very good. The client asked how he learned English and what advice he had for other learners. Question four. What is the biggest lesson from today's story? That's right. Daily, practice builds confidence, and confidence leads to success. Fantastique. Your 15-minute daily English plan. Here's a simple routine you can follow every day. Morning 5 minutes. Listen to an English podcast while getting ready. Afternoon 5 minutes. Describe your surroundings in English. Speak out loud. Evening 5 minutes. Read one short English story. Review 5 new words. Say 5 sentences about your day. If you follow this routine every day, your English will improve faster than you think. Final motivation. Before we finish. Roman Bertie. You don't become fluent by watching one video. You become fluent by practicing. Again. And again. And again. Some days you'll feel confident. Some days you'll make mistakes. Both are part of learning. Never compare your beginning to someone else's success. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday. Every word you learn, every sentence you speak, and every mistake you correct brings you one step closer to fluency. Believe in yourself. Stay consistent. Your future self will thank you. Profession outro. Thank you so much for joining us on MysteryVerse. We hope this 4-part lesson has inspired you to stop feeling stuck and start speaking English naturally. If you enjoyed today's lesson, like this video. Subscribe to MysteryVerse for more English listening practice, speaking lessons, shadowing exercises, vocabulary building, and real-life conversations every week. Question of the day. What is one English habit you will start today?